It's February 5th, and the strange side of history awaits. Today, we have a land torn apart in moments, history seized and locked away by empires, and a synthetic invention that promised convenience while setting humanity on a path of permanent, inescapable waste. Let's begin. On February 5th, 1783, the ground beneath southern Italy began to move. In the region of Calabria, a violent earthquake, estimated near a magnitude of 7.0, ripped through the plains of Palmi. Entire towns collapsed in seconds. Nearly 180 villages were erased, and the city of Messina was left in ruins. Survivors staggered in the open, believing the worst had passed, but they were wrong. The very next day, another powerful tremor struck. As terrified residents fled towards the coast, a massive landslide sent part of Mount Peichi crashing into the sea. Moments later, the water pulled back and then returned as a towering tsunami. Over 1,500 people, many seeking safety on the beach, were swallowed within minutes. And still, the earth refused to rest. Major earthquakes followed on February 7th, March 1st, and March 28th, all while hundreds of aftershocks tore apart what remained of the region. The land itself changed shape, ravines opened, hillsides collapsed, and new lakes formed where villages once stood. By the end, 30 to 50,000 people were dead, some estimated even higher. Disease followed the destruction, haunting the survivors long after the ground stopped shaking. It became one of the deadliest disasters in European history, and one of the first earthquakes ever to be studied scientifically. On February 5th, 1852, the doors of the Hermitage Museum opened to the public for the first time. What visitors saw was breathtaking. Endless halls filled with masterpieces, relics, and treasures, once reserved only for the Russian czars. But what few realized was how many of these objects had arrived there. The collection began decades earlier in 1764, when Catherine the Great quietly purchased 225 paintings from a Berlin merchant. It was the start of an obsession. As the Russian Empire expanded, so did the museum's reach. Entire European collections were absorbed and others were taken. After uprisings in Poland during the 19th century, thousands of crucial artifacts vanished from churches, palaces, and libraries, only to reappear in the Imperial vaults. Ownership was rewritten, but the origins were forgotten. Then came war. After World War II, the Red Army seized a vast number of art caches from Germany. For decades, they officially denied their existence, until 1994, when it was revealed that the Hermitage had secretly held hundreds of priceless paintings in a sealed facility for nearly 50 years. Today, Hermitage holds over 3 million items, some masterpieces there by questionable means. On February 5th, 1909, at the American Chemical Society, chemist Leo Bakelite revealed a new substance, one that did not come from trees, animals, or the earth. It was entirely artificial, and he called it Bakelite. 2 years earlier, he had been searching for a replacement for shellac, a natural resin harvested from insects. What he created instead was something unprecedented. Fused under heat and pressure, it hardened into a shape that could never melt again. Once molded, it was permanent. At first, the invention seemed harmless, even miraculous. It was resistant to heat, insulated electricity, and could be mass-produced into almost any form. It quickly appeared in radios, telephones, jewelry, electrical systems, and automobiles. The manufacturers called it the material of 1,000 uses. But this moment marked a deeper shift. We had begun manufacturing a substance that did not exist before, and it would not easily return to the earth after us. Few could imagine the future this invention unlocked. In a world shaped by plastics, landscapes altered, oceans changed, objects that would outlive their creators by centuries. Today, that permanence has a name: microplastics. Fragments so tiny they drift through oceans, our air, and now our bodies. Another day, another strange bite from history. Like, comment, and subscribe. Your next Eerie dose is just a day away.